Steve was there, and Jeff was there, and I was there. We didn't know why we were at the barbecue. We were just drawn there like moths to a flame. It was a man magnet. Jeff said, "I think those thin ones could do with a bit of a turn." And I said, "I reckon those thin ones could do with a bit of a turn." Steve said, "Yeah, they really need a turn." It was a unanimous turning decision. Steve was the Tongmaster, a true artist. He moved in, prodding, teasing, and with an elegant flick of his wrist, rolled them onto their little bellies. The lesser Tong man would have flicked too hard. Sausages would have gone full circle, back to where they started. "Nice," I said. The others went, Yeah. Kevin heard the siren song sizzle of the snacks. He stuck his head in and said, "Any root?" We said, "Yeah." And began the barbecue shuffle. Left, left, left. We sipped our beer. Now there were 4. Steve gave me the nod. My cue. I was the sausage layer. Second in command. I had to take the raw sausages and lay them on the barbecue. Not too close together, not too far apart. Curl them into each other's bodies. Fat ones, thin ones, herbed and continental. The chipolatas were tiny. They could easily slip down between the grill, falling into the molten netherworld below. Carefully I laid them sideways across the grill. Clever thinking. Steve snapped his tongs. There was no greater barbecue honour. "Hey, looking good." The irresistible lure of the barbecue had pulled Gary in too. We said, Yeah, and did the shuffle. Left, 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 left. We sipped our beer. 5 men, lots of sausages. Jeff was the fork pronger. He had the fork that pronged the tough hides of the Bavarian bratwursts, and he showed a lot of promise, stabbing away eagerly, leaving perfect little vampire holes up and down the casing. Gary was shaking his head. "Nah, they cook better if you don't poke them." You could have heard a chipolata drop. This newcomer was a rabble-rouser, bringing his crazy ideas from outside. He didn't understand the hierarchy. First the Tongmaster, then the sausage layer, and then the fork pronger. And everyone below was just a watcher. Maybe eventually they'll move up the ladder, but for now, don't rock the barbie. Diane popped her head in. "Smells good," she said. We closed ranks. Yeah. She was keen, going around to the far side of the barbie, where all the smoke and ashes blew. Nobody could survive the gap. Steve waited till she was gone and sipped his beer. We sipped our beer. Steve handed me his tongs. I looked at him, and he nodded. I knew what was happening. The tongs weighed heavy in my hands, firm in my grip. Was I ready for the responsibility? Yes. Yes, I was. I held them up high, and they glinted in the sun. "Don't forget to turn the little ones," Steve said. "Yeah," I called back. "I will. I will." I moved in, prodding, teasing, and with an elegant flick of my wrist, rolling them back onto their little bellies. I was a natural. I was the Tongmaster. But only until Steve got back from the toilet.